What's up, guys? I'm Nell.
And I'm KJ.
And we're the hosts of Millennial Talk.
Okay, guys, so today we're joined by our co-hosts Courtney and Matt.
So today we're going to be talking about friendships, more specifically blending friend groups. So we all have like our work friends and our school friends, like our neighborhood friends, our church friends,
Our
whatever.
friends from back home, our college friends.
Yeah, like our friends like post-college, pre-college, like high school, middle school. Like so, like trying to blend those groups together and bring together people from all those different places in your life it's tough. Because people don't always get along.
And it doesn't always work out, you know?
I don't do it.
You don't do it?
What?
I try to keep my friends apart.
Wow.
Why?
Wait, the way that came out sounded so bad. I try to keep my friends apart.
Why?
Why do you try to keep them apart?
Because they all represent a different, like, part of me.
Different part of me.
So you don't want your parts blending?
No.
He said, I try to keep my
So
friends
you're like, I act
apart.
this way with one of my
Like-
friends, I act another way with my other
listen,
friends.
I got my friends back home, which are generally more ratchet, which match up with the ratchet part of me. And then I have my Matts.
So I don't represent anything ratchet.
You're
Oh
not ratchet
my
at
God,
all.
stop the fact
That's
that she just said that.
So like I won't, because my friends are coming up here.
My face already hurts from laughing so hard.
My friends are coming up here.
So that entire week, I just have to stay away.
So he doesn't exist that whole week?
My friends are coming up here for Labor Day, and they're like, "What are we doing?" I'm like, "We're going to DC, and we're hanging out in DC and all that type of stuff." And then they were like asking my friends. I'm like, "Yeah, y'all not hanging out with my friends up here, and I'm not bringing my friends with you
Oh
guys."
my God.
Wow, okay, Jerry.
I just don't think they would get along because I know how, like, when I go out with my friends here and I go out with my friends back home, it's two different experiences.
Yeah.
And to mix those experiences will make a bad experience for both
I
friend
don't
groups.
disagree with you. I remember when I was planning, I wasn't planning it, but when my surprise 21st birthday was being planned and I was being asked like who I would want to come, there were certain people that I was like friends with that I would love to be there to celebrate with me, you know, to be at that party. But because I knew like who was throwing it and where it was going to be, it was like I can't really I don't think that these people would have a good time if they were like with these other people, if that makes sense. Like there were some sorority sisters that like I love them to death, like my big and things like that like I love them to death. But with the people that were going to be at this surprise party, it just wouldn't.
And it's like I don't want
Well-
to. It's like you don't want to feel like you have to like. But they're not usually like this, or like it's like I don't want to defend them. Like this is who they are.
It's not even about defending them. I just know that, like, for example, like even just like Jamie would not have had a good time with the people that were at that party. Like she probably would have came and been there to support me because she loves me. But she would have came and like said
She
it,
would say
spoke,
face like, hey,
gave me a gift or
everybody,
whatever,
and
and then and left. So it's like I wouldn't want to put her in that weird, uncomfortable position. So it's like. I didn't invite her. When I told the person that was, throwing it that I, like, don't invite her, they were like, oh my gosh, like that. And I'm like, it's not even like that. It's just, I know that she wouldn't have enjoyed herself.
You cared about her being
given
comfortable.
given the people that were going to be there.
And that's why like, I'm starting to do this thing where I'm like splitting my birthdays up. So like for my last birthday, I went down to Georgia.
Yeah.
And then for my next birthday in 2019, I'm going to be staying up here with my friends.
Yeah, I don't do that. It's always like 20, 30 people at my birthday party. You just call it a day. Like, I can't split. I can't do it. Like,
why?
I don't know. Have you not noticed every time I go out, it's always like a large group of people, and it gets to a point where it has to
Really?
split
I
up.
did that.
Well, you came like twice for like the shorter ones, but like the other ones, like it's always a large amount of people, like 2 tables worth of people.
Wow.
Because I don't know how to split it up.
Exactly. Like.
How do I feel about it? I've had nothing but success,
With mixing your friends?
Yeah, with mixing friends.
Hey, at least I
Really?
know me, yeah.
I've done it with
But
KJ
I
a
feel
bunch.
like I can mix with a lot of people.
You do.
Like,
Well, you have
all
all those different faces, apparently.
Yeah, like I
so.
can. Like, okay, don't say it like that. Like I'm two-faced. Don't say it like I'm two-faced.
What's happening?
I'm okay. Try to call me fake. Try to call me fake on camera. You want to go there?
Let's do it.
Shook.
All right.
Shook.
It's a battle now.
We're editing this out. So
No, we're not.
But yeah, it's hard trying to blend friend groups because it's like okay, there's another friend that I have, and I won't say her name, and if she's watching this, she probably knows that I'm not talking about her. Yeah, she knows who she is, but she knows that there are a lot of people that don't like her and like can't take her personality, and it's like that's why her friend group is so small because it's only certain people that like get her or like understand her or tolerate her or whatever the word is you want to use. So to bring her around certain groups, like I've done it and I don't care because I like her and I think she's funny, and if something were to happen with like her and one of my other friends, I probably would be laughing at it. But there are other situations where it's like if this is supposed to be like a professional thing, or like, you know, the people that I'm going to be around are somebody that could somehow impact like my career or something like that, I probably wouldn't mix those people because I don't want that to be a bad reflection on me. So.
Okay.
I don't know. I was like that with like in all aspects of like my friends. Like, even when I was at school, it was a lot of my friends that I wouldn't mix.
Really?
And like some of them, it happened, and I kind of just stood back and watched, and I was just hoping it wouldn't self-destruct.
Oh my god, I did that the other day.
And it didn't self-destruct. I was very like happy about it. But I was just like looking at it, and it kind of makes me like, okay, you know, maybe it'll work. But then it's just like, oh, like what if it's like that one time I decide to like actually do it, and they just get up in an all-out argument and brawl, and I'm just like,
that's how I feel every time the person I was talking about, that's how I feel anytime I invite her. Not anytime I invite her, but like when it's like a certain groups, I'm like, I don't know, I don't want things to pop off. Like I don't want her to cop an attitude. I don't need no arguments happening. So it's like I get not wanting, like even with like I have like friends that I have at church, but I only hang out with them like at church or because of church functions and stuff like that. And then I have like my school friends, and I like only like sorority sisters. Like I usually only hang out, you know, besides like my big and my little whatever, and like my immediate like close friends like you and Danae or whatever. Like I don't really hang out with anybody else outside of the sorority unless it's a sorority related like function. Same thing with like admissions. Like I have like my admission friends, my owl friends, but besides like you and Naomi, like I don't really hang out with any of those people that I've ever been out with outside of being an hour, outside of Stevenson, like that kind of thing. So
I guess a good thing to take into account is like how many friend groups you have. You know, I can only really think of 2 different friend groups, and of course blending them is really easy. So I guess it depends. You have more than 2.
So
we
have a couple.
Definitely a lot harder.
Yeah, because you have like you said, you have like your ratchet friends, you got like your church going folk, and then you got like your friends that don't want to come out the house. You got your friends that don't do nothing, that ain't never in the house.
Like I was just thinking when you said church friends, it just made me think like one of my close friends, like both of his parents are pastors, and like he is like really heavily in church.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have me, and I'm not completely like that, but I respect that part of him. So like when I'm around him, I don't do certain things or say certain things out of respect for him and like, you know, the type of person that he is. But then for my birthday when I was in college,
oh man,
he doesn't do any of that stuff. So like I was like very hesitant on like inviting him over to hang out with us at all, because my friends, like, although they're not ratchet, they drink, they smoke, they do all these different. Okay, no, they don't. Maybe this one, but
are you sure?
You do.
Wait, what?
he was like, wait, look at the camera. What's happening right now? You do? What did I not know?
I got really scared just now.
You're like, you do?
All of my different friends, like, they do like college things, and he doesn't. Like, what he does after he comes back from class or on the weekends, he'll probably like watch Netflix or read the Bible, or, like, you know, do like innocent things. While the rest of my friends don't necessarily do that. So when I did invite him over, he didn't stay very long, and I felt bad.
I see.
I felt really bad. He was like, "Oh no, I had fun." And in my mind, I'm like, "This is him trying to be nice." But like, I know good and well, like he was ready to go.
Yeah.
And that's why I won't invite people to certain things, because I know it's like it's not even about me being like embarrassed. Like I'm not embarrassed of my friend group. Yeah, I don't want them to feel like they wasted their time, or like, you know, they came all the way across town or whatever to come see me, and then they were bored, or like, you know what I mean. Like I don't want to put them out. if I don't have to. So it's like I'd rather just like hang out with you. We can hang out, you know, just the two of us or whatever, or however many of us it is, and we can do something separate. And then, you know, do like you say, like you have like your 2 different birthdays, whatever. Like that is how I would do it, because I don't want anybody else to feel uncomfortable. Like what happened when we went to that food truck thing.
I was ready to bring it up.
Somebody felt really uncomfortable because she mixed her friends with like one of her friends or 2 of her friends.
It was like, no, it was 3 different.
One of my friends,
but it was like it wasn't just that though. It was we were all brought our own type of friends.
Oh, that's true, because it was 3 of us. So
we mixed.
I brought my friends, she brought her friends, and then Danae brought her friends.
Yeah,
and most of us,
everybody got. It was just those
like
people
2 or 3
that did not get along, and I didn't. I saw it. You didn't see it happening, but I saw it happening, and I was like, no, stop. Like I was trying to make it stop, and I was like, stop.
But like it works. I was just thinking about it, like I think I have done it before, like with you and Andrew. I've done it before because like for an instant for
like
his part, New Year's. Like he brought me around his friends on St. Patrick's Day, like I don't really know them all that well, but I hung out with them because I was with him, and they were all really cool. Had a lot of fun, and I was able to like express like this side of me that I don't really get to express with like my friends back home or whatever. But then for New Year's, I had like another group of friends that we all went to DC, and I was like, I'm going to invite Andrew and Matt. And it was a good time. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I feel like I was sarcastic.
Like, what does that mean?
No, genuinely had a great time.
It was
but
it was a crazy night.
Okay.
But like it was like I didn't even think about that, but I mixed like those 2 friend groups, and while it was different. And then, I didn't even think about it being like, I wasn't really even nervous about it. I think it was just like normal for me because we all went to the same school. And like, they've like spoken to each other before. Like, they knew of each other, or if they didn't know each other. But so it's just kind of like connecting, saying, hi, this is who I am, and this is what I'm about.
I think sometimes it's not even about the friend group, but like where they're
the
from.
Personalities.
Yeah, because like sometimes you might have somebody that's from school and that's from work, but if their personalities are very similar, they'll get along together.
Definitely.
It doesn't even matter like where they're from. It just matters like what kind of people are they.
Yeah.
What's gonna trigger them? What's gonna make them go off?
I think the biggest word right here is like adaptable. Just trying to find friends who are adaptable. Like I think like Matt's one of the friends that I can bring around like any of my friend groups.
Yeah.
Because I know he's adaptable. But I know like some of my friends back home, I can't really bring them around all of my friend groups because they won't really adapt to certain situations. And when you don't allow yourself to adapt, you won't have fun and you won't enjoy yourself. So it's like in any situation I can try to find fun, and in any group I can try to find fun, and you don't have many people like that.
Yeah.
I always like to tell people you should try to adapt because we weren't almost friends.
Yeah.
Because I hung out with everybody. So since I hung out with everybody, this and another person thought I was extra ratchet.
Another person, like we haven't already said her name in this episode.
Oh yeah, you're right. We did say Danae. Her and Danae thought I was really ratchet, which I am a little bit, and I'm gonna own that. But they didn't want to be my friend. Because of it. And I'm like, I thought I was lovable. I still think I'm lovable.
We didn't know her. We just would see her, in the
hallway.
hallways with her people, being loud, obnoxious, and ratchet.
I wasn't even that loud.
And all of that. And we were just like, that girl. And then I don't know how you and Danae became friends.
I don't either.
But me and you became friends because of Danae.
Yeah.
But it's also true because me and Danae almost weren't friends, because when I first met her, she was always in Yasmin's room. And every time I would come over there, me and this other girl, who I'm not friends with anymore, we would always go to Yasmin's room because we were all the same age. We would do homework together, and we would always go over there we were chemistry majors, so we were all trying to do chemistry homework, and Danae would just be in the room like talking and being loud, and I'm just like, why is this girl always here? She is so obnoxious, like she's so annoying.
I'm trying to study.
And I'm trying to get my work done, like go away, girl. But then we ended up becoming best friends. So it's like you never know what kind of like people that you don't expect to be friends with sometimes ends up being like your closest friends. So.
Me and Matt, we became friends on our mission trips. Is that how we became friends?
Yeah. You don't want to count the online class we took together?
No. We took an online class.
We were paired together as partners, studied each other's papers.
Yeah.
But we didn't really do that.
Yeah. I didn't even think I read his paper. I think I just
I didn't read
wrote some comments and submitted it. Because
because the Thor movie was coming out that night.
It did come out that night.
I've never had to do
what did?
The Thor movie?
The second one.
Oh, really? So you guys...
I think I was writing my paper at that movie.
Oh, my God.
And then I submitted it,
Oh,
on
my
my phone.
God.
I had Word on my phone. and I wrote it on my paper.
Wow.
But like that's how I first like knew of him, and then like with mission on home trips, we were able to actually become friends with one another, and it kind of started us. I don't even know how it really started. I know like we kept calling each other our enemies, and like we kept like giving each other like death stares, like you're my enemy, and then we're okay, this is a safe zone, like we're friends in this zone, and then somehow we became like good friends.
Well, it's because we also lived together, sort of.
We lived together.
Well, same floor.
Senior year, yeah. I was like, you're my roommate.
By the second semester.
That's sad if you didn't know.
That's what I was confused
Like,
by.
you live with me?
Yeah, we lived in the same floor our senior year.
Okay.
And we became closer then. But I think our junior year is when we started to become closer with our mission trips, and we started hanging out on those trips a lot. And we were able to bond on those trips, and we like got this like great friendship. So.
And I think sometimes you can even bond, like people who you don't expect to be friends can bond over like commonalities. So like I think that's one of the ways that we became friends was because we were bonding over all the stupid stuff that was happening with a particular organization. So we would always go back to the room and like just vent and just
events.
Yeah. So that's how we ended up becoming friends.
I think that's how like a lot of friendships like start and begin, and that's what I mean when I say like I can be like different people. Like I know I can't talk about things with certain people because they just it may rub them the wrong way. It's like, oh man, I can't stand going to McDonald's, and it's like, but I love McDonald's. And it's just like, can't talk about that with you, right? But it's just like I can relate with this person. It's like I'm not about to mix my McDonald's friends with my Chick-fil-A friends because those friends
Did
just
you say
don't
McDonald's
mix.
and Chick-fil-A friends?
Because you have two people who are like Chick-fil-A is superior. And they're like, but McDonald's, their McFlurry machine might be down sometimes, but it's still bomb.
No, but I get where you're coming from
and
because
I'm in the middle because I like both.
Like my one friend, I can talk a certain tone with you guys, like same tone. My other friend, same tone, I'm yelling.
Yes.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just talking my regular volume. It's just like you're yelling.
So
and
it
like
just
she
depends on
storms
your
out.
friends, and like how you guys connected and how you guys became friends. And
So, can you think of, or do you have any like best practices or like advice on how, like if there's someone out there that is like that wants to mix their friends or is afraid to, like is there anything that you would say to anyone that's out there? Like for me, that's not why, but one way that I try to do it is with the game nights that I do. Like I just invite like anybody, like whoever I cast my net wide and whoever shows up. And they've worked out well so far. I haven't done very many because I'm busy, but for the most part they work out really well. But do you guys have any other
I feel like ignore everything I've done. Just ignore everything I've done because I just don't even pay attention to the rules and I just invite people. So and it just if it works, it works. It doesn't, and I just go like that.
You just have to get a good read on your friend. See if they're adaptable, like KJ was saying.
Yeah. One thing that I definitely think you should do is like if you're inviting like two groups of friends or even just like two small groups of friends or whatever somewhere, I think that somewhere should be like a big place, like going to Dave & Buster's, going to the club, going to the bar. If you're young, go to Chuck E. Cheese. It's just like somewhere where people don't exactly have to sit right in front of each other and actually hear each other and learn about one another. Because one thing that I learned is like when my friend Caitlin came up from Georgia, she was able to go out to the bars with us. We were all able to hang out. And then like halfway through the night, I saw her like hanging out with my friends Alex and my friend Jane, and they're all like hanging out and they're dancing together. And I'm like, oh crap, like Ratchet meets Stevenson. Like I was just like really happy about like my friends like just mixing and like I didn't think it was gonna work, so I was just like like I'll dance with them a little bit, dance with her a little bit, buy some drinks, buy her a drink, just have fun tonight. And like it happened to where we all just like mixed groups, so it's just like go in a big group setting to where they can just make themselves want to learn about one another.
What happens, because when you were saying that, my first thought was like,
who don't want to
not even that, but it's like if you invited, like let's say you invite like me and Courtney and Danae, and then you invited like some other, Matt and whoever his group of friends is, whatever. Yeah. And it's like if we were in a big place like Dave & Buster's, we would go off and do our own thing. Yeah. They would go off and do their own thing. So there wouldn't really be not an opportunity, but like there probably wouldn't be a time where we would mix because we don't have to. We would just retreat to our corners and do our own thing.
I would say I think it just depends on like the personality type.
So what about birthday parties? So like we talked about the fact that we would have like separate birthday parties or whatever, but like in the event, or not even birthday parties, that just was the example that came to my mind because like I remember like being in high school and stuff like that when you would always have like the dinner parties and stuff at like Fridays and Applebee's and stuff or whatever, and you usually have like that long table of friends.
And that's me.
And even like at weddings, as I'm thinking about, I've been to a wedding this year where the a lot of brides and groomsmen don't get to sit down and eat because they're going around like saying hello and thanking everybody for coming. So it's like, what is that like, or like how do you handle that when you have these different groups that you have to like interact? Like how do you interact with these different groups when they're all there at the same time?
Well,
what person are you? Because you got all these faces. What face do you put on when they're all there?
I do not have all these faces. I'm tired of y'all
Allegedly.
I quit. Not doing movie talk anymore.
Come, bring over here.
Like, what face do you put on? How do you act? How do you deal with that when there's different people that kind of know you from different areas or know different sides of you or whatever?
Oh yeah, because then they'll look at you differently.
It's like you don't really act like a certain person, I guess you can say. You're just gonna be who you are around those people. Like when I think it was my sophomore year maybe, we all went to Applebee's and I had all of my friends. This was when I was in high school, and I had all my friends.
I was gonna say sophomore year. When did we didn't go? No, you didn't invite me nowhere. But you said high school, okay?
Jealous.
High school, we all went out to Applebee's, and when we were talking to one another, like one of my friends, it was the same night that Whitney Houston passed away. And my friend, like, he makes, like, dark jokes. And the rest of my friends don't really, like, they're not really on board with it. Like, some of my friends are, but not really all of them are. And the way the seating arrangements were, it was, like, we had 2 booths and then a circle table. So, like, we're all split up somewhat. And I would, like, get up and, like, go talk to some friends, And he made a comment about that. And then, like, the people that was at the table with him were like, what in the world? And I heard it, and, like, I like cracked up a little bit, and then I saw everyone's faces, and I think at that moment I'm just like, okay, everybody's not cool with this. Like, what do I do? And at that moment I was just like, I'm gonna crack up because this is funny. And people were looking at me, but it's just kind of like they had to accept that. Like, I have a weird sense of humor as well to go along with like whatever else I am. So it's just like, if they're your friends, they're gonna accept you. If not, then whatever.
So if something were to happen, this is a different question. If something were to happen between your 2 friends from different groups, what do you do, or what would you do in that situation? Like, do you step in? Do you let them like duke it out? Like, what? Well, I guess what I'm saying is either what do you do,
like they actually say
or what
words
is the
to each other?
Yeah,
it depends on.
I try to grab the friend. I was just trying to grab the friend. Like,
I was
come
gonna
on.
say it depends on if it's my hood friend, you let them duke it out.
No, I can't.
If it's my hood friends versus my up here friends,
oh my god,
I gotta break it up.
You just let your up here friends get their behinds?
No, I said I gotta break it up.
Oh.
I said if it's my hood friends versus my hood friends, they can go ahead because they know what it is.
I was still trying to break it up though.
No, because ain't no stopping them.
Well, damn.
You know, ain't no stopping those other people from fighting. But yeah, like I don't know. I think you should just really like. It just depends on the group of friends.
Depends on the personality.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like for me, it depends on like the person, the people. Like I know if it was a Nell. And she's getting mad and she's angry, and I never actually seen Nell mad or angry, so I don't know if she gets ratchet or not. But like, I'm just gonna assume that she gets ratchet, and Nell gets ratchet. But then,
he's
like, I'm gonna back
but
away.
then I have Allison over here, and you going off on Allison.
Oh yeah, I'll be like,
I'm like, poor Allison. Let me save her.
But then if that were to happen, the friend that is like the aggressive one. Do they have the right to feel some type of way? Because it seems like you're taking the soft one side.
If they don't know that, I'm going to be like, listen, I know you was about to beat her down, and I'm not trying to see nobody get beat down, so I had to take her away. And if you can't understand that, then be mad.
So there's a situation, I have a friend who, I have a friend who had a friend. And this friend that she had was involved in a situation where her 2 friends got into a fight, and she ended up, I don't think she actually picked a side, but she did something in that moment, I guess, to de-escalate the situation that to one friend made it look like she was taking that other friend's side.
Okay.
And then that friend got mad that she, like she was taking that friend's side, and then she went and like destroyed the girl's property. Not the one that she was actually mad at. The one that was trying to de-escalate. Yeah, the one that was trying to de-escalate the situation. Because it looked like she took her side. She was like, okay, I'm mad at her, and now I'm mad at you too. And she went and destroyed her property. So that's why I'm like, if you are that friend and you don't get along with one of your friends, and y'all get into it, and your friend steps in, and it seems like they're taking the other person's side, do you have a right to be mad at your friend because it looks like they took that person's side?
Yeah, because like you should know me. Like if we're friends and you think that I'm gonna take sides or I'm gonna like act different just because my other friend is here, like then we're not really friends. And secondly, if you gonna destroy my property, we gonna start hooking next. So that's that.
I was thinking that when you were saying it, I was like, we just gonna be fighting. She destroyed my
It's gonna be in
stuff.
the street.
Like
It's on.
That's hilarious.
You get mad at me, so you gonna start destroying my property.
I'm like, hey,
That's so
why my stuff?
That
Why
is
my
petty.
stuff?
That's like some kindergarten stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you took my green crayons. I'm gonna break all your crayons. It's
Yeah,
like,
basically.
Are you kidding me?
Basically.
That sucks.
It was an accident. No one really likes her here anyway.
So I guess to wrap it up, is there any advice or, I don't know, best practices or whatever that you would give the audience when it comes to how to approach mixing friend groups, or how, what are the good ways to do it, things to avoid, like anything that you can give anybody out there that might be thinking about doing it or hesitant to do it? Nope, no tips? All right, guys, you're on your own.
Good luck.
I was like,
If you're unsure of your friend's personality,
just don't do it.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Solid
That's I feel like that's like the advice right there.
Or be like Courtney and just be like, hey.
Hey.
I mean,
Let's see what happens. That's
and
like,
sometimes it works in my favor, sometimes it doesn't.
Have you ever lost any friends from doing that?
Yeah.
She smiled. Yeah.
Why did you smile?
Okay, because it was like freshman year. Wait, that's another story. I don't know
Why
how
does
long.
she smile? I'm crying.
All right.
This is a whole thing.
But this is a whole episode
Yes.
on its own.
Oh
If
my
you lose
gosh.
your friends, they're not really your friends anyway.
Exactly. That's why I
True.
smiled, because
Very
they
true.
weren't my friends anyway. So
Facts.
it's okay.
No one,
right.
if you can end a friendship that easy.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a very interesting talk. We covered some great things. We gave some great advice, at least I think so.
I hope
Some
so.
tips.
I may look a little psycho for smiling. It's okay.
But it's okay. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And please give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Make sure that you subscribe and comment down below. If you have some advice for us that we may have missed.
Yeah.
Or if you have questions or want advice, I don't know if you would want advice from us,
Don't
but if
take
you
advice
do,
from us.
Definitely don't want my advice.
We're trying. We really are.
all right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.